Hello, fellow MRE reviewers and connoisseurs, friends, neighbors, ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls. John, Somerset, Kentucky. Uh, last few months, I've done a few combination reviews or tag team reviews, and I plan on doing the same tonight. This is not the most exciting meal in the world, but we'll see what we can do. Save time. I've done sort of tore into it just a little bit. Uh, Gentleman by the name of David Lynn down in Texas. He's also known as the Principal Prepper. Has a similar meal, different year. This one, from what I have decided from the date codes, mine is late 2012, in the last few months of 2012. Now, this is a civilian ration. It's from Sapacto, Mullins, South Carolina. It is reduced sodium. I'll be honest with you, I've had these. They will get you by. They are not the most flavorful in the world. So, to get me by, I'll show you what comes in the package, and also have added just a few extras outside of the package. Make mine a little more palatable. I don't know if David's going to do the same, or he's just going to go with what he's got in his package. So, okay, let's go ahead and remove this. Get that out of the way. Let's see. This original meal, reduced sodium meal, come from Renee Allen, a friend of mine, a couple of counties over, and comes to the gun shows and looks for MREs with me when she's able. A little under the weather right now, so send out a shout out and a peace and prayer to Renee. This particular meal is cheese tortellini and tomato sauce. If I can get everything semi-focused in, we'll go close and far. Nutritionals are here, but we know they're MREs. Not necessarily most healthy thing in the world. I'll set the main to the side for a minute. We have MRE crackers. We have a flameless ration heater, which I do not plan on using tonight. My luck with these have been either nil or non-existent for quite some time. I went ahead and boiled the main in water, that way I can get a little bit quicker for you. We have strawberry jam, apple jelly. Well, I missed that. Jam and jelly, no peanut butter. Okay. We have a toaster pastry, frosted brown sugar. Well, we all know that's a Pop-Tart. Tootsie Roll, which I do like, but my teeth absolutely cannot handle right now. So one of the substitutions I'm making tonight, I'm going to set this back for a day or two, and I'm going to substitute candy bar from my buddy up in Canada, Wonder Bar from Cadbury. Also, that same buddy's the one that, the new tray, I'm breaking it in now. Once I get it scratched up enough, I'll go back to the other. I don't want to wear either one of them out too much, but set that to the side for just a minute. We have salt, pepper, plastic spoon. Don't need no plastic spoon. We have, courtesy of for an MRE, Argentina, my tactical sport. You know, that sits by my side every time. Also, got several knives. You see me show off. Some are favorites because someone gave it to me. Some of them are favorites because, well, from a buddy, it ain't no longer here. This is one of my favorites for another reason. Italian Stallion. The Italian Stallion was made in Milan, Italy. And I am, this December, will be 60 years old. I have had this knife since I was 18. So that should tell you a little bit about how much I treasure that thing. When they open something tonight, we're going to do that. You can buy stuff that looks like that at the gun shows, flea markets now. They're all made in China or Taiwan. No, that's Italian steel, made in Milan, Italy. You saw I was going to substitute the Wonder Bar. Go ahead and put that in the equation now. And you notice there were, whoops, no drinks. So, got some sugar here. Off to the side. Deep, rich coffee. This is instant, unlike the mess I made with my mocha the other day. I'm glad some of y'all got a good laugh out of that. But when I started pouring it, I said, you know, that ain't instant I'm putting into that hot chocolate. And it was not. It was grainy to say the least, but I suffered through it and then brushed my teeth and got the grounds out and went on. Freshen out in case I make a mess. You all seen my reviews. You know I'm going to make a mess. So let's see. We've got hot water here. Let's again cup. Boy, Canada. Thank you, Joe, for everything. And you sent me enough stuff. I'm just going to have to work a few in it a while, like the Wonder Bar and all that. Found some deep, rich coffee in my stash. Again, this meal did not come with a drink, so I'm going to at least come up with something, show off a cut. And I need something to wash that down with. So we got deep, rich coffee. You cannot see with my poor camera. No mold. Good to go. Done. Sugar. And just start with the 1/2. Usually that's enough to make it. Well, you can't add so much water to it. It's water, or if you add too much water, it's watered down. So I realize it's a little bit off camera, but you can. Most of you know how to stir up sugar and coffee and water, and it doesn't take a great deal of effort to do that. Let's see. Coming back to the other items, toaster pastry. I'm trying to find the light and the focus and not get the glare on for y'all. Yeah, I'm still using cheap systems here. I'll get my knife. That's a pretty good seal on that. So ain't a good seal no more. Now the fun part, are they individually packaged or is it just a Pop-Tart packaged inside? Well, it was a, when I made my slice, well, I sliced, it does say Pop-Tarts if you can see that. So that's brown sugar Pop-Tarts. Finish slicing the bag here. Hopefully not slicing my hand. I've had a little bit of trouble with that in the last little while too. We'll put them right there. Again, this is a collaboration with David Lynn, Principal Prepper, out of Texas. He's got the same meal. His is probably newer than mine. But, and like I said, if I had of, okay, here's the Wonder Bar. If I had went with just what was in the meal, number one, I would not have a drink. Well, that's pretty sticky. Yeah, it's been hot around here in Kentucky. A little bit melted. But if I went with the meal, I wouldn't have nothing to drink, and I'd have my teeth and my cavities pulled out just on the Tootsie Roll. So I'm substituting a little bit. I'll come back to Tootsie Roll, I promise. I showed you what was in here originally. Apple jelly. Set that here. Strawberry jam. Again, surprised. No peanut butter. Civilian ration, so you get what you get. Nice little pack of crackers. carefully off camera. I believe there was a hiss, but if you even had to put it right next to the camera, I really don't think you'd hear it. If your ears like mine, I know you wouldn't. But I was talking about all the date codes, 2282, all of them's 22 something. So I'm assuming last part of 2012. All these date codes, even with the name, coincide. And okay, well, we don't necessarily have crackers, but we have crumbled crackers. They did not hold up. I'm not going to say the taste, but well, the texture, well, they've been compromised a little bit. Of course, if you're 10 years old, somebody's been beating around, moving you around from one place to another. I guess that's understandable. So we'll see if they're fresh here in a minute. Bring the main out. Right, I can turn it to where you can see cheese tortellini and tomato sauce. Finally get to where there ain't no glare. Now some of these come out loose and fresh. Some of these come out in one big clump. Now this one was warmed in boiling water for quite some time, so I have a halfway decent feeling. Put the Italian stallion over there. Well, we are somewhere in between. I know I'm blocking the camera trying to do this, but unless you've tried to do a review and figure out how to work around the camera and do that, so maybe y'all won't fuss at me too much. So we're doing the best we can. Set the stallion over here. Just for sake of argument, got my Tactical Sport, for an MRE. That's good tortellini. I don't know if it shows up in the pictures, but they are not mush. They are pretty well like the belly button of Aphrodite that they are supposed to look like and named after. I will say, as stated earlier, it is a little bit bland. So with y'all's permission, I'm going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I know I'm blocking the camera again. And you may think it's a sodium overload putting that much in there, but well, these meals need a little bit of help. If I had some crushed red pepper or a little bit of Tabasco without having to hunt for it, I'd have done that too. Mix that up. We'll let that sit just a minute. And get another one. Well, that belly button got unraveled. Must have been an outie instead of an innie. Better taste. Let's try a little piece of cracker by itself. Not stale. Not stale at all. A little bit of coffee. Canadian coffee cup. Thank you again, Joe. Well, it's instant coffee. Bill's Brew, powder mill, taster's choice. Some of them's a little better than others, but they're all instant. Don't add too much water. It's going to be watered down so much it don't taste like coffee. I hit about right on that, and that tastes pretty good. We get a bite. Now the last of these Pop-Tarts I tried, I believe it was a low sodium review too. Well, just didn't fare that well. Let's see what this one does. Brown sugar cinnamon. That held up perfect. Not a bit of problem. Not one bit of problem. That's fresh as it was when we went in there, besides these two of them stuck together. I think I will get me another little sip of coffee to wash that down. Again, this is collaboration with David Lynn out of Texas. He's got the same thing, just a different year. We'll see if the main items um, come out about the same, or if he's like me, he substituted a few or had to have something just a little bit to drink and wash his palate out. And, well, the dog's happy. There went my spork into the floor, and it had a little bit of uh, spaghetti or ravioli sauce on it, or tortellini sauce. And remember me talking about how messy I was, and I said I would need a fresh nap before I got through. Well, I just proved it. Not that you needed any proof. You've seen my videos. You know how much mess I make. So this is not lemon scented. It's not alcohol scented. It's a little bit different. I don't know what kind of scent that is. Again, it's a wet nap. Not the sturdiest in the world, but it does serve the purpose. Clean this up real good where it hit the floor. Now I'll clean the rest of the floor up here in a little while. Don't have to do much right now because Ace is down there helping me clean it up. So put my sport back over here. Maybe it won't knock it off again. Now strawberry jam. Date code still at the end of 2012. Come on. Let's see here. A little bit dark, but I've seen a whole lot darker than that. So let's put that there. A little bit of strawberry jelly or strawberry jam. Jam held up just fine. Crackers, a little bit drier than usual. They're working on the stale side, but they're still highly edible. There's no off smell, no chlorine smell. Just gotta wash it down again. Get the sweet out of my mouth with another tortellini or two. We're gonna do it. Let's add a little bit of texture of that. It's just a little bit mushy. Not bad. And I do know my cameras, or my hands block the camera. I apologize. Let's gun that guy up just a little bit. Get some different textures together. Bam. We done the strawberry jam. Let's go to the apple jelly. On the cracker. Now that, nice light colored. Not as dark as the strawberry. Of course, I guess apples are not. That looks like a good bite. Let's find out. Other than crackers being just a little bit stale, ain't nothing wrong with that jelly. Again, the crackers are a little bit soft, but there's no off-putting smell. They're highly edible. There's no problem at all with that. Come back, get. Why do I think when I pick up a forkful like this, I'm gonna give the dog something to feed more than I feed myself? Oh, got it all in. Made a little bit of a mess in my hand, but yeah. Wonder Bar, also a gift from Canada, Joe. And where it's so hot here in Kentucky, we've been in the high 80s and low 90s. Well, chocolate's melted. I see caramel. I think I see peanuts or some kind of crispies in there. Let's see what this. I've had it before, but it's been so many years I can't remember. Oh Lord, that is rich. My Lord, that is rich. It's got caramel. It's got chocolate. It's got a peanut taste, but I think the crunch are, well, sort of like what we call Rice Krispies down here. I think they call them clinkers or crinkles up there. Correct me, Joe. You know more about it than I do. If you don't, I know CT will sure tell me about it. He still thinks a Smartie's a Smartie. So, well, heard the old saying, melts in your mouth, not in your hands. Nope, not that stuff. Mm, mm. Well, I showed you what actually come in the meal, and I showed you I did substitute the candy bar. I did uh, fix me some instant coffee, and I did add salt and pepper. But I think I done this mm, reasonably good, and I don't know if David's gonna just do what was in there, but I had some extras here, and I've had these before. I mean, they'll get you by. They ain't bad, but just a little bit of seasoning, and especially just something to drink. I added a few embellishments, so it's nobody's fault but mine. I think he'll live with it for me for doing that, and hopefully he'll do the same. And like I said, mine's 2012. His may have different components completely. I'm sure his will be a whole lot newer. But this is not to be solid mush. This is one of the best tortellini meals I've had over the years. And I've had 5 or 6. The tortellini are still in shape. They're not mushy. I see no problem with any component of this. And like I said, even the Pop Tarts, that last, I'm pretty sure it was low sodium too out of this batch. Pop Tarts, well, the Pop Tarts went bad. And I believe that's the first and only Pop Tarts I've ever had that went bad. But boy, these between the cracker and them Pop Tarts, boy, and strife. I'm sorry, but me and David Lynn were just trying to experiment. I never had worked with him before, but I've talked to him on the phone and on Messenger and get along pretty good. And he's a whole lot more into prepping than I am. And once I post the link to his review of this, follow the link back. And for those of you that are more into prepping, he's got a lot of good information and how to buy either in bulk or cheap, and got some pretty good ideas back behind his eyeballs on how to save money and do a little bit more prepping than what I do. So make sure you check him out. He's a pretty good feller. Most of them meet from Texas down that way, down south. They are. They're just like us in Kentucky. So, oh, I forgot I had that thing sitting over there. I don't know what that is. That's just sort of an attitude adjuster. Carry ever so often, uh, just in case somebody don't speak my language. So you can decide what it is or what it ain't. So, no, peace and prayers from Somerset, Kentucky. It's John. Hope you enjoy this collaboration review. When we all get a date set together, we're going to try to post and come up halfway close at the same time. So, the last time, normally my computer takes 11 to 12 hours to upload a 30-minute video, and mine come in a whole lot earlier than what my partner did on the other side. But he was still happy with what we done, so hopefully David will be on this. when David gets his review up, I'll post his link, and make sure you follow that back to his homepage, or I'll post the link to both of them. But this has been a 2012 Sepaco mold South Carolina civilian meal, cheese tortellini and tomato sauce, and I am quite satisfied. I have no problems with this. Turn the camera off. I'm gonna finish eating, and might even feel sorry for my hound dog and give him just a little bit to eat. So we'll talk to y'all later. Peace and prayers from Somerset, Kentucky. It's John. Y'all be safe. Mean that. Okay. Talk to y'all later.